Hello and welcome everyone to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host Sam and you're watching Daily Immigration News, where we bring you the latest updates on US immigration policies collected from authentic news sources. And now, let's get into the headlines. First up, Indians among 300 US deportees stranded in Panama plead for help as nations react. Trump administration halts federally funded legal work for migrant children. Trump administration may close office, helping Afghans move to the US, putting thousands at risk. US firm operating Guantanamo migrant jail faces rights abuse allegations. 11-year-old Texas girl dies by suicide after being bullied over family's immigration status. So these were some of the headlines, and now let's get into the details. Indians among 300 US deportees stranded in Panama plead for help as nations react. Nearly 300 illegal immigrants, including several Indians, have been stranded in Panama after being deported from the US. These deportees from countries such as India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Vietnam, and Iran are being held in a hotel in Panama City as part of President Donald Trump's administration's strict crackdown on undocumented immigrants. There are some images of the deportees holding signs reading, "Please help us," and "We are not safe," from hotel windows have spread across major news outlets. The deportees are pleading for assistance as police guard the hotel. Despite these concerns, Panama Security Minister Frank Abrego stated that they are not being detained but are under protective custody. Abrego assured that the deportees are receiving food, medical care, and protections as part of an agreement between Panama and the US. President Trump's administration defends the deportation, stating it is part of a broader effort to enforce US immigration laws and ensure national security. However, deportees have raised concerns about the treatment they received during their journey back, with some claiming they were shackled and also handcuffed throughout the flight. Well, several countries, including India, have responded to the deportation with caution. India has received over 300 deported immigrants on 3 US military flights since February, that is landing in Amritsar. Many of these deportees have accused the US of inhumane treatment during transit. Other countries involved, such as Nepal and Pakistan, are working with international organizations like the UN Refugee Agency to assist in the relocation of those unwilling to return to their home countries. Panama has offered to temporarily shelter these individuals at a camp near the Darien jungle, but the relocation efforts are underway. Meanwhile, a Chinese woman among the deportees escaped the hotel but was later captured near the Panama-Costa Rica border. This unfolding situation has sparked discussions on international collaboration and human rights as deportees continue to seek help and protection. Trump administration halts federally funded legal work for migrant children. The Trump administration has stopped federal funding for legal services that assist unaccompanied migrant children. The Interior Department issued a stop work order to the Acacia Center for Justice. That is a non-profit organization that helps provide legal representation to children who cross the US border without their parents. This order affects nearly 26,000 children who rely on these services to navigate the immigration system. The stop work order instructs Acacia to stop all activities funded by its federal contract and to notify its partner organizations immediately. Without federal funding, fewer children may have access to legal representation. Lawyers may now have to work for free or seek other funding to continue supporting these vulnerable children. In the US, immigrants, including children, do not have the rights to free legal representation like US citizens do in criminal cases. However, federal funds have allowed nonprofit groups like the Acacia Center to help children, many of whom are too young to understand or handle their immigration cases alone. The reason for the recent stop work order is unclear. This is the second time in recent months that legal services for migrant children have been paused. In January, the Justice Department also stopped some legal programs, but a judge later lifted the order. Shaina Aber, executive director of the Acacia Center, expressed concern that the decision could harm vulnerable children who have already experienced trauma. She hopes the services will be restored quickly to continue protecting these children's rights. Trump administration may close office helping Afghans move to the US, putting thousands at risk. The Trump administration is thinking about closing the office that helps Afghans who worked with the US move to safety in the United States. This office, called CARE, Coordinator for Afghan Relocation Efforts, runs a program called Enduring Welcome. The program helps Afghans who are in danger from Taliban because they worked with the US military or government. If this office closes, more than 250,000 Afghans and their families could be left behind. This includes 128,000 Afghans still in the country waiting for special visas to come to the US. It also affects Afghans in other countries like Qatar and Albania, who are waiting to move to the US. Some Afghans are even family members of American service members. Veterans and advocates are speaking up, saying the US made promises to these people and that closing the office would be breaking those promises. They fear for the safety of these Afghans if they are left behind, as the Taliban has been known to harm those who worked with the US. Well, till now, no final decision has been made, but the CARE office has been told to get ready to close by March. Advocates hope the Trump administration or Congress will step in to save the program. US firm operating Guantanamo migrant jail faces rights abuse allegation. US firm Akima, which runs the Guantanamo Bay Immigration Detention Center, has faced multiple accusations of rights abuses at other facilities in the US. That is according to documents reviewed by The Guardian. Akima, a Virginia-based company, has over 40 subsidiaries and more than 2,000 contracts with the US government, providing a range of services from security to IT maintenance. In one federal audit of a Miami facility run by Akima, incidents of inappropriate use of force were reported, including guards pepper spraying a detainee in solitary confinement, even though he posed no threat. Last year, ICE awarded Akima subsidiary a $163.4 million contract to manage the migrant detention center at Guantanamo Bay. Though the facility had previously housed tens of thousands of migrants in the 1990s, it now holds far fewer, between 4 and 40 people at a time. The Trump administration, however, recently expanded migrant detention at Guantanamo, leading to Akima's role receiving more scrutiny. Trump signed an executive order in January instructing the Department of Defense and Homeland Security to expand the facility to house up to 30,000 migrants. Since then, 10 cities have been erected, increasing the capacity to hold 2,000 people. Over 150 migrants have been sent to Guantanamo so far, with reports indicating they are primarily from Venezuela. Akima's operations at Guantanamo have drawn criticism from human rights groups. Akima has been paid more than $9 million for its operations at Guantanamo since August, part of the larger $163.4 million contract. In response to the criticism, ICE has acknowledged issues and claimed that staff involved in incidents have been retrained in de-escalation techniques. The Department of Homeland Security also audited facilities managed by Akima, highlighting unsafe conditions in solitary confinement units at some sites. Despite the controversy, Akima's various subsidiaries have government contracts worth billions of dollars. The company continues to provide service to federal agencies across multiple sectors, including immigration detention. 11-year-old Texas girl dies by suicide after being bullied over family's immigration status. An 11-year-old girl in Texas, Jocelyn Rojo Carranza, tragically died by suicide after being bullied at school about her family's immigration status. Her mother, Marbella Carranza, told CNN, Jocelyn attended Gainesville Intermediate School, where classmates taunted her, claiming they would call immigration officers to take her parents away. On February 3, Marbella found her daughter unresponsive at their home. Despite efforts to revive her, Jocelyn passed away on February 8. Her mother said she was unaware her daughter was being bullied and only learned through investigators that Jocelyn had been receiving counseling at school. Marbella believes the school knew about the bullying but never informed her. The Gainesville Independent School District Police are investigating the incident. The school district issued a statement saying they respond swiftly to any reports of bullying but did not confirm specific details about Jocelyn's case. Family and friends gathered for Jocelyn's funeral, remembering her as a joyful, kind-hearted girl who loved music and spending time with her family. This heartbreaking incident serves as a reminder of the importance of addressing bullying and supporting children, especially when they face challenges that are related to their family's immigration status. So these were some of the latest updates. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in the next one.